All right, boys, have a seat. We need to talk about some Chelsea transfer news, players going out and players coming in, so stick around as we dive deeper into this. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Mike, huge fan of the best team in London, which happens to be Chelsea. If you agree with that, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. Now, in today's video, we're talking about some players that are leaving the club, some players that might possibly leave the club, and obviously some signs that we're still trying to bring in. So first, let's talk about players that have left the club just recently. Now, Emerson just signed for West Ham. Now, this really isn't too big of news. Obviously, there was some talks going on with him leaving the club, and it made sense. He wasn't going to see the pitch at all for Chelsea. Yes, he did win a Champions League with Chelsea, but really, he hasn't done much at this club, and therefore, again, this makes perfect sense for us to sell this player. West Ham definitely needs some different players into their squad. The way they've been playing as lately, they haven't gotten any points. They definitely need something else to help kickstart their season. Maybe Emerson's that player, I'm not too sure, but again, best of luck to that player. Now, some of the players that may be still leaving this club, though, Hudson Odoi being one of them, which may go out on a loan this season, which does make sense because if we are trying to bring in Anthony Gordon, I think both these players are very similar, but Anthony Gordon maybe just edges Hudson Odoi barely. But again, they are both very, very young. Their ceilings can go really, really high with both these players, so it's really hard to say which player will have a better career as of right now. It's almost impossible to say, but I do see Anthony Gordon be slightly better, which is why Thomas Tuchel's looking at him and possibly sending Hudson Odoi out on a loan, whether that is to a Bundesliga team like Bayern Leverkusen, Dortmund, or someone else. That way he's still getting playing time and hopefully later down the road can still play for Chelsea, because I do think he does have a future at Chelsea, just not this season. Now, the other player that could possibly going out on loan is Trevor Chalobah, which this one seems odd, but yet still makes sense as well, because as we've seen, Thomas Tuchel seems to not really like playing Trevor Chalobah too often. Yes, he played him last season multiple times, but anytime he had a bad game, he was immediately benched and didn't play multiple games and came back when there was an injury or we needed some rotation. He hasn't played yet for Chelsea this season, maybe because Koulibaly picked up that red card in our last game against Leeds. Maybe Trevor Chalobah gets a start this upcoming match against Leicester. It's hard to say because we could do Chilwell, Cucurella, Thiago Silva, Azpilicueta, Reece James in the back line instead of not doing Trevor Chalobah. That is still up to Thomas Tuchel, so who knows what will happen with that. But again, this does seem like it would make sense for Trevor Chalobah to go out on loan and get some more playing time, even though he was a key player last season. And I think personally we need to keep him because we do need depth. But if we do bring Wesley Fofana in, then yes, it makes sense for him to go out on loan. And the other player that could possibly be leaving for us this season in a transfer window is Conor Gallagher, which this one I think is just rumors right now. West Ham are looking to bring this player in on loan as well. Like I said, they definitely need a kickstart into their season. Conor Gallagher could definitely do that for him, but Chelsea are not so well versed in the midfield right now. We have multiple injuries. Kovacic, Conte, again, those are two big injuries, so we definitely need the depth with Conor Gallagher. So I don't see us getting rid of him at all or sending him out on loan. So therefore, I don't think that one will happen. And then finally, we still need to talk about players that are possibly still coming in. Now, the talks with Aubameyang are still going on. This seems like it's getting closer and closer and closer. And the reason why is because Barcelona need to get rid of this player or sell him to some club, because they cannot right now have Jules Koundé register for their club. They have to sell Aubameyang. So again, selling him offers the option for Jules Koundé to come in. And again, we definitely need a striker. After watching the Leeds game, I know we all watched it and saw how poorly we are. We need a player, whether it is Aubameyang or someone else. Yes, he is in his 30s, but still, I think we can get a good season or two out of him. I don't think he's worth 30 million. That is for sure. I think maybe 15 would be the minimum or maximum we should pay for him, because again, Barcelona need to sell him as well. It's not like we fully need this player. We can go and get a different player yet. Still, there are other options. So who knows how that will work, but it does seem like that is very, very close for Chelsea to sign that player. And possibly Wesley Fofana. Again, that one's still up in the air. Leicester did deny their third bid for that, but again, it seems like it's getting closer and closer to that player as well. So those two players mostly could come in. Emerson's gone, and we may have two players leaving out on loan this season. So that is all I have for you today. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that, and I will see you next time.